The AFC is so broken right now that a team with 3 straight losing seasons is being called a Super Bowl favorite, and honestly, they might be right. Before we dive in, smash that subscribe button if you want the fastest Bengals updates. The NFC North is a war zone. Let's get one thing straight right now. We are in mid-May, the season hasn't started, and people are already throwing out the wildest predictions imaginable. But here's the thing, some of these so-called overreactions aren't overreactions at all. Some of them are just the truth dressed up in bold clothing. So let's rip through the biggest 2026 NFL schedule reactions and sort out what's real from what's pure fantasy. First up, the Chicago Bears missing the playoffs. And look, before you Bears fans come at me in the comments, just hear this out. Is it really that shocking? Think about the division they're stuck in. The NFC North isn't just good, it is absolutely loaded. You've got the Detroit Lions running that division like they own it. The Green Bay Packers aren't going anywhere. And now the Minnesota Vikings are gearing up for a serious bounce-back season. 4 teams. 1 division. Only one gets the crown, and only so many wild-card spots to go around. Now here's the real question. Why do the Bears get to be the ones that survive that gauntlet? The NFC as a whole is playing a completely different level of football compared to the AFC right now. That means wild-card spots are going to be an absolute street fight. Saying the Bears missed the playoffs isn't an overreaction. It's just cold, hard math. Too many good teams, not enough tickets to the dance. But wait, the next prediction. This one is going to make a lot of people very uncomfortable. Cincinnati is quietly being built different, alright. Here's where things get genuinely interesting. The prediction on the table. The Cincinnati Bengals returning to the AFC Championship game in 2026. Overreaction. Not even close. Let's lay out the facts. Joe Burrow took this team to the Super Bowl in just his second year in the league. The following season, they were back in the AFC Championship game. Then came the painful stretch, 3 consecutive playoff misses, capped off by a 2025 season where they posted their first losing record since Burrow's rookie year back in 2020. That's a tough stretch. Nobody is going to pretend otherwise. But here's what makes 2026 feel completely different. The front office went out and aggressively rebuilt that defense, the one area that haunted them during their Super Bowl runs. They traded up and made a splash move to bring in real defensive talent. And on the offensive side of the ball, every single starter from 2025 is coming back. Every one of them. When Joe Burrow is healthy and locked in, that offense is one of the most dangerous units in the entire league. Full stop. And then there's the schedule. Based on the 2025 win-loss records of their 2026 opponents, Cincinnati is sitting on the 3rd easiest schedule in the NFL. 3rd easiest. That is not a small advantage. That is a runway. The AFC right now is genuinely wide open in a way we haven't seen in years. Think about it, you could make a legitimate case for the Buffalo Bills winning it all. You could build a real argument for the Los Angeles Chargers. Even the Denver Broncos have a path if things break right. That's how open this conference actually is. So when you combine a healthy Burrow, a retooled defense, a fully intact offense, and one of the softest schedules in the league, calling a return to the AFC Championship game an overreaction. That's actually underselling it. Drop your comment right now. Do you think the Bengals make it back to the AFC Championship, or is this all just hype? Let's see what you've got. Miami is playing the long game, whether they know it or not. Now here's one that sounds brutal on the surface but actually makes a weird kind of sense when you dig into it. The prediction. The Miami Dolphins finish with the number 1 overall pick in the 2027 draft. Yes. The worst record in football. And honestly, it might be the smartest path forward for that franchise. Let's be real. Malik Willis is not the long-term answer at quarterback in Miami. Everyone knows it. The Dolphins know it. The question is what comes next. And the 2027 draft class is shaping up to have some genuinely elite quarterback talent sitting at the top. First overall pick territory in that draft could be the most valuable asset in professional football. Here's where it gets even more interesting. There are going to be teams so desperate to land their franchise quarterback that they will mortgage everything, future picks, starters, whatever it takes, to trade up to that number 1 spot. Miami could sit there, field those offers, and walk away with a treasure chest of resources to rebuild around. And if the name Arch Manning ends up being attached to that top pick conversation, the bidding war is going to be absolutely historic. Teams will give up the farm. So yeah, the Dolphins potentially bottoming out isn't just doom and gloom. It could be the foundation of something serious. Sometimes the smartest move looks like the worst one in the moment. But the next prediction. This one might actually be the most controversial thing we've talked about today. Kansas City's dynasty is on life support. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs returning to the Super Bowl. Overreaction or reality? Overreaction. Big one. Here's the situation nobody in mainstream media wants to say out loud. Patrick Mahomes is not going to be ready for Week 1 of the 2026 season. We're talking Week 6 or Week 7 before he's back on that field at full strength. And even when he returns, this Chiefs roster has real questions surrounding it. Kansas City already missed the playoffs last season. That happened. And with Mahomes potentially missing the first quarter of the 2026 season, the idea that they're going to somehow piece together a Super Bowl run feels like a massive stretch. Could they make the playoffs? Sure, anything is possible. But getting all the way to the Super Bowl? That is a big ask for a team that has genuine vulnerability right now. The dynasty that once felt completely unstoppable is showing real cracks. And in a conference where so many teams are legitimately capable of making noise, the Chiefs no longer get to just walk into January and claim what's theirs. A playoff miss from last year wins it all. Last prediction. A team that missed the playoffs in 2025 is going to play in the 2026 Super Bowl. And before anyone even finishes reading the list of candidates, yes, the Bengals. Obviously. Look at everything we just laid out. The offensive firepower. The defensive upgrades. The favorable schedule. Joe Burrow healthy and hungry after 3 years of playoff drought. That combination is dangerous. That combination is the kind of thing that catches the entire league sleeping. Cincinnati missing the playoffs 3 straight years while quietly rebuilding and then exploding back onto the biggest stage in sports. That's not a fairy tale. That's a blueprint. The AFC is there for the taking. The Bengals have the pieces. And anyone who has watched this team when they are fully locked in knows exactly what they're capable of. So let's bring it home right here. Which of these predictions do you think is the most accurate? Is it the Bears getting knocked out of playoff contention before Thanksgiving? Is it Burrow finally getting back to the promised land? Or is it the Chiefs' dynasty quietly crumbling in real time? Drop your hottest take in the comments right now. Don't hold back. This is the time of year when real football fans separate themselves from the casual ones, and I want to read every single one of your predictions. The 2026 NFL season is going to be absolutely wild. And we're going to be here for every single moment of it. Stay locked in.